Hey, what's up guys? Sloth King here. Today I'm going to be doing a much needed update on the Supra because it's just been a while since I've talked about it. I've been doing a bunch of stuff with the 4Runner. So anyway, last time that you guys probably heard was whenever I was swapping out the oil pump because I found out that it was a GE oil pump instead of a GTE. And then I got my hands on the GTE pump, went through it, checked all the tolerances, and the tolerances are good on it. I think last time I left off on it, I was trying to send it out to a company, line-to-line coatings, to get the gears coated. Well, I waited about a month and I heard nothing back from them. Tried calling several times, emails multiple times. I've heard nothing from them. So I decided to just throw the pump inside of the car and just send it. And so far it's all right. I did have an issue with driving on the highway. It's not reaching anything over like 30 or 32 PSI, which is kind of annoying. Driving around town is fine, but whenever I get to highway speeds with the RPMs around like 30,000 or 30,000, can you imagine that? Yeah, it's just barely around like 28 to 32. It's just random. But I've noticed that whenever I let off my foot on the accelerator, the oil pressure does bump up a little bit. So I'm not too sure what's going on there. So yeah, I'm thinking that there might be a blockage in the system because whenever I had that aftermarket pump in there, I had perfectly fine oil pressure on the highway and driving around. It was awesome. It was great. And those tolerances were super tight in there, but I don't think that it would make a huge difference in oil pressure like that. So I'm thinking that like, since that pump, like pretty much the gear just like exploded, or it didn't explode, it just got torn up. I'm wondering if maybe there's a lot of brass debris that just got stuck in some of the smaller lines. Like, you know, since on the GTE, you guys probably know that there's a oil filter housing and it comes right off the engine, and there's a couple lines in there, and the lines, they're just hard lines until it goes into the soft tubing that leads to your oil cooler. So I've been thinking about just doing an upgrade on that because one, I hate where the oil filter is. So I wanted to relocate it for a while. Wow, I can't speak today. I've wanted to relocate the oil filter for a while now. So I did get a kit and everything to do that. So I'm going to be doing that here in the future. It is getting to be like winter time right now. So I don't know if I'm going to have time to do it right now because I hate working on cars in the cold. But yeah, it still runs. I still got it parked here. And I haven't actually driven it in quite a few weeks because I've been doing content on the 4Runner that you guys probably have seen. Literally, it's just one thing after another. I've been trying to catch up on a bunch of maintenance on the 4Runner because, you know, previous owners, they don't like to do maintenance on things when they should. So right now, I have a few more things to do on that. You'll see some videos out on that. And yeah, so just catching things up on the winter time for my daily. As you guys know, the daily is more important than your sidecar or fun car, project car, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I did take it for a drive after I installed that oil pump. And no, I did not film the whole thing again because I already did a 3-day or week-long video. I forgot how many videos it was, but it was in the summertime when I was getting ready for Import Alliance. If you guys didn't see those videos, I'll link them up here, throw them in the description so you guys can check them out. It was a fun time. It was a good challenge. I tried to get everything done as fast as possible. But yeah, I installed it, took it for a drive for a couple days, and that's when I saw that the oil pressure was kind of wonky on the highway, and I'm like, I don't want to cause any damage. And just so you guys know, before you guys comment or say anything, yes, I did check my bearing clearance when I had the pan off, and everything's fine. So it's not a bearing clearance issue. The bearings still look fine. so there wasn't oil starvation or any damage on it. So that's out of the way. I think that maybe some things in the system is just clogged, or it might just be that these pumps are just worn, and even though the tolerances are within the spec, it could just be producing lower oil pressure, and I don't like that. So part of me wishes that I would have went the JZ route and just had that the oil pump built into the front cover and not have an issue, and then I can get those brand new if I want to. But you know, with the 7M, you guys know that you cannot get new OEM oil pumps anymore. They're all used, and I wish like companies would contact you back whenever you're trying to, you know, get something done through them. And there's no local places around me that were able to do it. So anyway, I'm stuck with that right now. But yeah, figured I'd give you guys an update, and I'll pop up a clip of whenever I was on the highway the night whenever I tested the whenever I installed the GTE oil pump recently, so you guys can see the pressure on there right now. All right guys, so after putting the proper Eisen pump in, there might be some blockage in some of those lines, so gotta sort something out for that. But this is much better than the non-turbo pump that I had. But yeah, I figured I'd give you guys an update. You've been needing it, you've been wanting it, hopefully. And yeah, anyways, one thing after another with this Supra. God dang. I almost want to sell it. You guys want to buy it? I'm kidding. I don't want to sell it. Unless you guys got a right-hand drive one for sale. And then I'll just trade you. But with that being said, I do have a couple more things planned with the Supra. So I don't know if it's going to be out this winter or maybe by spring or whatever. But just a little teaser. I picked up some things to upgrade the speakers with. So that's one little thing. But I want to get the remote oil cooler. Not oil cooler. I want to install the remote oil filter stuff. So be on the lookout for that. That's gonna be pretty fun. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this little update, and thanks for watching. Like always, I'll catch you guys on the next ride.